to six figures in 60 days. Y'all, I wasn't even planning on getting out the bed today. My back is hurting. I'm tired. I literally only want to lay down for the next few days and not do any work. But my business is literally making money in my sleep, thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I had to get up, come in here, and it's about time to get on YouTube. So while I'm doing this work, we're going to talk about it. Talk about how can you make six figures in 60 days, which is a big goal. Um, and I'm just going to kind of talk to you guys about my journey because there's so many people out there that are saying, oh, my t-shirt business isn't making money. I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. And the side hustle does not seem to be working. And you're thinking that you're doing a lot of things, but you're really not doing the right things or following the right methods to get to your goal. So we're going to talk about that today and let a few people come in. I'm doing okay. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Um, about to shut this stuff down. Literally about to shut it down. Um, we're waiting on a few people to come on. I am trying to figure out what to do about the business because there's so many orders coming in, and it's only when you're running a small business and you're running from home, it's only so much you could do. So I try to cap the income at a certain thing, which I know to a lot of people is crazy, but success is what you make out of it. And if you're constantly making money, then you don't get a chance to enjoy yourself. For the first time I went, and I know I'm looking crazy on here, y'all. Like I said, I was not planning on even getting out of bed today. Ken just finished the order of 200 shirts for a lady, and he went to go drop it off. I was laying in the bed, got another booking for about $4,000, so I got to get that stuff done. Then laying in the bed again, phone rings and another lady calls and says, hey, I sent your email a week ago, you didn't return the email, we need 200 shirts for the fair. So getting that done. And then an order came through on the website for $500, another order for like $200. Website orders for me are not like big orders. I'm finding that on the website taking orders, you should have e-commerce because that brings money in. Y'all, my other line is ringing. I'm going to try to go into, let me see if I can go into my Google account, and I'm going to have to turn this off over on this side so that, and turn this phone on. I no longer really even answer calls in the business. Guys, I'm telling you, it's so much going on and things are going so fast. It's like crazy around here. I've never really shut the business down in September, but right now I'm pretty much booked out September, October, and then we can start on November and December. Um, it's really, really crazy. How are you guys doing? Slammed, yes, girl, slammed. Um, about to reclaim screams the old way for the last time. Finally got a dip tank solution, so gonna put that to work. Yes, for those of you guys who don't know what a dip tank is, a dip tank is what you put your screens in when you want to like clean a bunch of screens at one time, kind of speed you up. So congratulations on that, sis. Congratulations on getting that dip tank. I'll give you a couple of tips. Make sure that you clean all of the ink off of your screens before putting it into the dip tank. That will help you. And when I say clean it off, I mean like, like just like clean it off really good with your press wash. That will help save your solution and make your solution last longer. The other thing is when you put your screens in the dip tank, don't put them in there and leave them. Like put them in there 10 minutes before you plan to pull those screens out of the dip tank, because what happens is when that solution starts to come off, the dip tank is meant to soften up the solution, and then you want the solution to actually go down the drain. You want to actually be like spraying it off versus it going out into your dip tank. It will kill your solution. So that's a tip for you. Let's see here. This lady's calling back. Let's see. What are they calling on? Thank you for calling T-Shirt Shop Dallas. How can I help you?
Hey, I was calling to see if y'all do airbrush shirts up there.
No, sir, we don't.
No? Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you.
Uh-huh. No problem. You have a great one.
You as well.
Okay, so let me see why that call. So with my assistant, they'll send it over. He'll send it over, a calls over if, if they keep calling back to back. So I'm gonna just end up turning off my line and putting it on do not disturb, because can't be disturbed right now. Let me do that. How's everybody going, and how's your business going? Let me know where you are from in the comments, what kind of business you're into, what you got going on. If you have any questions or anything like that, I get on here and just kind of talk about business. Um, was having a real interesting conversation with somebody the other day. Y'all know how everybody's saying, oh, AI is going to make everybody millionaires, and if you just have AI, you can do this and you can do that. And I look at it this way, that there's a lot of people that are out here that are teaching AI and using AI in their business, but not using it to do everything that it could do to it. And you don't even have to use it to its full capacity. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think that AI is just a tool. It's another tool in your toolbox, a very, very important tool for you to use in your toolbox. And I think that a lot of people are just not putting in the work. And so, hold on, y'all, because I'm hot. If you are using AI or any type of artificial intelligence or any type of tools or um, any type of system that you have, if you're not literally like putting your all in and dedicating that time to it, then it's just not going to work. I'm going to take on, I think this year, come 2026, I'm going to take on like 5 to 7 people. I'm going to take 5 to 7 people and bring them along the journey with me. Um, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. I don't want to, I'm at the point now in my career where I'm like, okay, everybody cannot go with you where you're going. And I realize that. And so I only want to deal with people who are serious about literally growing their business. What was the name of that? Pro. There we go. Yeah, so just kind of let me download this. I need to go over and see what these people are going to get over on the. Oh. So lately, see what you guys are out there. If anybody's talking about anything, know that I heard you don't need all 5 gallons in a 30-gallon dip tank. The guy told me he could stretch it and work just with a couple quarts of solution. It depends on, so basically with that, it really depends on, how strong you want it and how fast you want it, and also the solution. Like there are a couple of solutions. I was looking the other day. You can get a 5-gallon solution that'll cost you like 300-400. And then you can get a solution that will cost you, that you could do like, so some solutions mix 5 in 1, and then some will do like a 7 in 1. And as far as the strength of it, I always start out with the 5 gallon. I always start out mine with the 5 gallon. Even if I'm doing, whatever, mixing the water. But I have a 40 gallon tank. So I do always start out with the heavier solution. When I and it lasts a lot longer, like I said, if I'm dipping in and coming on out and then rinsing that solution off. You can last 6 months, a year. But if I'm just leaving screens in there, then I'll probably get about 3 months out of it, and then I just top it off. You just start, once you set it up and start it your first time, then you can just top it off with an extra gallon whenever you want to. So what I would tell you to do, I would tell you to go ahead and try it. Some people just put clear water in their dip tank, and then use that as the spray. Use your solution and spray it, and then dip it in the dip tank and pull it out, and it's all gone. So it's a couple of different ways that you could. It's literally a couple of different ways that you could do it. We got one on the incoming visitor. It is popping. I'm gonna need an assistant for the assistant. Company logo on black, blue and date, needed just ASAP. Ugh. Hi, I can help you with that. Give me one moment to pull up some information and get you started. Let's see here. She wants 24 garments, blue and black. Okay, I just took a second to read your request. Do you know what type of shirts you're wanting? Meaning, do you want 100% cotton, the cheapest shirts, or do you want something a little bit softer, maybe like a ring spun cotton, or maybe a 50-50 blend? What's your style and flavor? Question mark. Let's see. I'll be happy to give you a quote. Whew. So right now I have turned off my AI assistant on my website, because sometimes your AI assistants, if you don't monitor these bots, then sometimes they'll tell customers the wrong thing. So I turn it off during certain times a day, and then so that I can answer. So that's what I'm doing now. So catching those leads everywhere. That's how you build your business to that 6 figures, and you get to that. Right now, I'm on a journey and on the home stretch of doing 60 in 60 days, of doing over 100K in 60 days. I was trying to do 100K in 30 days. I did not make it. I did not make it. But that's okay with me, because it's still, it's still going. So let's see here. Waiting on them. The great thing about, guys, if you have a website, and you have a and you have a bot or AI agent or whatever you want to call it on your website, the biggest thing that you have to do is to make sure that you catch those leads. And in catching those leads is having that pre-chat form before somebody can even talk to you. You want to make sure that you are getting their email address. That email is gold. Absolute gold. Absolute gold. Um, Emails are absolute gold in this business. Okay, they've given me their email. I'll follow up by email. Let's see, are they still on? Sometimes people will just come on, they'll get on and then get off. They'll get on, give you their information, and then they keep it booking. So Yeah, but emails are absolutely gold. I'm worried about you only putting that amount in there. Um, Hi, Alfonso. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Tiana. Not sure which one. I hope I didn't mess it up. Hey, how you doing? Okay, Ohio. So you're currently in the process of trying to turn your hobby designing hoodies, t-shirts, and sweatshirts into a t-shirt business. Should have been using a tank this whole time. So yeah, so you are. I want to talk to you for a second, Tiana. So you're designing t-shirts and things like that. So I'm gonna assume that maybe since you're just designing it and you're not, do you have your equipment? Um, a lot of people, I find that a lot of people, I've been doing, in case y'all don't know who I am, I'm Latana Robinson, Lady Print Boss. I just jump on here and talk to you guys like in the natural and, just real. And just talk to you guys about the t-shirt business and everything that I have going on and what's going on in the industry. This channel, we do all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of information here. Um, I have been printing for over 25 years. I am a industry vet. I am a master screen printer. I am a published author. I speak at industry events. I write in on some of the industry magazine articles, and I just do all kinds of stuff. And if you are in Dallas, Texas, I will be at the Impression Show in Dallas October 2nd through 4th. I've got 3 topics that I'm going to speak on. They're going to be really, really good. And I'm bringing some of the boss ladies with me. I told you guys, for my followers, I told y'all, my boss team, I said, hey, for those of you ladies that rock with me, I'm going to rock with you. If you guys remember, so what was it? Was it 2014, 2015? I remember when I got my first shot to go speak, and as a black woman, I said, I might be the first, but once I open up the door, I'm going to bust it wide open, and I'm going to make sure that people who follow me and that go along and do what they're doing with me on their journey, that I'm going to make sure that, you know how some people, they steal all the shine, and make sure that I take some of you guys with me, those of y'all who work hard. And um, Charity, for those of you guys who don't know, Charity won a, sometimes I do this Superwoman thing where I'll give out a screen printing set to people, and I gave out a screen printing set to Charity a few years ago, and she has just amazed me. She's doing some things, of course, survival to strength. You are, top students too. And so this year at the show, I got to choose people to come and speak. Charity is going to come and speak, and also Little Meyer Designs is going to come and speak. And I chose people who are here from within Texas, because Texas is, it's a Texas show. Because I always want to make sure that I share the wealth, share the fame, share the fortunes, give everybody that opportunity, because I believe that everybody that works hard deserves an opportunity. So, y'all make sure that if you are in Dallas, come see them speak. Y'all have heard me speak a lot of times, so come see them speak. I'm sure that these 2 ladies are going to bring something strong, very good. They're going to have good conversation, y'all. They're going to bring some really good topics to the table. Y'all know I always bring good topics to the table, and I'm going to speak on some things about getting clients at the show. And we're probably going to have a meeting. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be amazing. Baby, calm down. Calm down. I'm coming. Calm down. Can you do dry fit shirts? Yes, of course we can do dry fit. Do you have a certain brand in mind? Let me give you a price on dry fit. It is, let me see what you have here. Hold on, y'all. So I'm talking online to this person. White, front and back. It's blue and black. Okay. So if we go into performance t-shirts, let me give you a quote. 24. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quote on the G420, which is on the website. It's a performance t-shirt. And if you do a two-color design on front and back on 24 shirts, you are going to be looking at 32. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me delete that because that's not what you're going to be looking at. 24 shirts. You are looking 24 shirts. You're looking at $22.29 a shirt. There is an $80 setup fee that's included in that. It comes out to $614.96. If you're, oh, what happened? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Something just happened. Okay. That did not go through, so let me do that again. So it said 24 shirts. I'm sorry about that. You're looking at $22.29 a shirt. That comes out to $614.90. I can't do it, y'all. I just can't do all these calls. Shit. Give me a break. Woo, Lord. 694.96. I cannot do it. It's just too many calls coming in. Let me see here. Hold on. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this over here on. I got something for them. I'm gonna turn off this phone line. Put it on Do Not Disturb. Go over here and tell the assistant to make sure that you do not send me any calls. Answer all calls, because normally it will answer all calls, but it'll send the calls over to me like once so many people come through. But Tiana, make sure that as you're converting your business over, that you know who your customer is. Make sure that you know who your customer is. I have a guide called Finding Your Brand's Identity, and I think that talk is up over on the Shop Kitchens channel. If you go and you put in Lady Print Boss Ink Kitchen, you'll see that talk, which is talks about getting outside of your business. There's one that talks about getting outside of your business, and one that talks about finding your brand's identity. It's helped tons of people. Let's see here. And if you have any questions while you're on here, you are free to ask. Okay, let's see here. So who is this that's calling me 100 million times, gazillion times? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Go back and check some of these. So this was at 12, 2, 4. So this one, I have no interest in calling, returning all these calls, y'all. That's somebody that's okay. Um, so I would have yeah, there's gonna be a meetup. We're gonna do a meetup. So Keisha. So yeah, there is going to be a meetup here in Dallas. We're going to and everything. So everything is going really fast. Rick had stuff that was going on. I've got stuff that's going on. I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, back to back events. I'm doing two events on Thursday. Two events on Thursday. Then I go into Friday with an event, then an event on Saturday, and then I'll have like 3 days next week, and then Friday and Saturday events. So everything is pretty much booked for next week, and then I'll have that following week will be impressions, so I'll have that whole week off for me to do that, and then after that it will be back to back for the month of October, and then I'll be free the month of November. Okay, so add the attachment. Boom. Okay. So what I just did here is I'm talking to a guy that wants to get some shirts. After I tell them like how much it is, I'll just send them a link to where they can actually order on the site. So it takes me out of the equation. I'm actually trying to train my customers to order. And since I have gone back to the e-commerce site, for those of you guys who follow, you know that last year, the e-commerce side of the site was down. I did not pay it any attention because I was so busy. And then once I things got slow, then trying to get that back up and going, and now I've gotten it back up and going, and I've put in the work. So it's back to back to do. Michaela, hi! I didn't even see Michaela on here. Ree, hey, hey there. Five. I'm gonna call you X5. That's what I'm gonna call you. Hey there. Um, okay, so the other channel is not my channel. It is so this industry that we're in, what you would call this is the decorated apparel industry. And so we have our own shows just like other industries. So two of the top shows that we have is going to be the Impression show, which is Impression Sportswear show, which is called ISS show. And we have a talk at that show, which is sponsored by a company called the Ink Kitchen. And if you go to on YouTube, you'll find here on YouTube, you'll in search under Ink Kitchen, you'll find those Ink Kitchen talks. You'll also find talks that I've done on Ink Kitchen and various programs over here on the YouTube channel also. And so those can be really helpful for you. I do advise anybody who's serious about getting started doing t-shirts to take this as this is a whole industry, a whole lot of people who are out here that are not just trying to sell you something, but really just trying to help you. Also, of course, for me, it's a business. I'm still active in my business, as you guys see. And right now, this is one of like the busiest season. Um, Last month was my biggest month ever in 25 years of being in this industry, especially working at home. I don't even think I almost did 60K in 30 days. I don't think I had that big of success in 30 days, even when I was running uh, two automatics. So I'm really proud of it. I was actually trying to reach Was trying to reach 100K, but unfortunately I didn't. Um, so, we just tried again. Well, if you don't reach that goal, then we'll try to do it in 60 days. So I'm going to hit it now because I'm really, really close to it. So I already know that I'm going to hit it. I'll probably hit it in by next week. I'll probably hit it. I'm like about 12,000 short, and I've got a lady that's gonna place an order for. Well, she's already placed it. I just need to send her over the invoice. She's been waiting on me for like 3 weeks for an invoice. So I know that's gonna cover 7,500. I know I got a $3,000 that's order that's gonna be placed today, and then this lady should take me over the top of where I'm trying to get to, and then I'll go for the next phase. I did see, Keisha, that you want to do the 60 and the I did see that you wanted to do the 30K and 30-day challenge with me, and the only reason I have not started the 30-day and 30 30K 30-day challenge is because I'm swamped, and I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to get these classes to you guys. And the only thing that I can do, for those of you guys that are watching, I am a technical business consultant. I don't really consider myself a coach. I'm someone that you consult. I can tell you exactly what to do in your business, and you just follow those steps, right? But unlike a lot of other coaches out here, I'm still active in my business. And I'm not even going to say I'm active in my business. Unlike a lot of other coaches, I actually run a t-shirt business. I'm actually active in my business, and I'm actually doing the things that I tell you guys to do, like literally like every day, right? So, I don't make my wealth is not from coaching packages, right? And I normally coach in person because that's what a technical consultant does. And so you come in, Keisha's came in before, you come in, you fly in or whatever, you come into Bosscation or whatever event, or you just contact me, we talk over the phone, I tell you what to do. In-person classes, you come in and learn how to screen print in person, things like that. So I'm very technical, so I've never done like the online classes much, and it's really hard for me to get these classes up when I'm so busy. So I'm actually thinking about, like, after October, just shutting down for the last 2 months of the year, and then opening back up in January. So when I say shut down, that means all orders that I do, I'll direct everyone to the website. I'll never shut the website down. I'll always have people go onto the website. You go onto the website, place your orders that way. That will give me time to start batch recording classes, because it's so many times that I'll be wanting to do classes with y'all, and I say, okay, this is what I'm doing, and I know people want to follow along. I was talking to Miss Cynthia the other day, and I said the main problem with me is that I am a 6 a.m.er. So at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, while y'all sleeping, I'm up on my grind. That's when I'm up advertising. I'm up composing those emails, getting those emails ready to send out to people. I'm up figuring out my strategy. I'm going through the numbers, and I'm looking, and I'm saying, okay, this is what I'm going to make this ad. This is what I'm going to do. I'm figuring out, okay, it's this time of the year. And so a lot of times when I'm up and I'm ready to do stuff, people are asleep. And unfortunately, if you're sleeping, then comes to a sleeper but a dream. And I do understand. And I tell people that sometimes you have to make those sacrifices if you're going to follow the journey with me and get yourself to that 6-figure plus income. Girl, you got to get your money, get that work, get that money. Um, don't worry about coming down here, because we can. We are going to have Bosscation. Um, I paid for the other day. I got a great deal, y'all. It was a really great deal. Now I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I bought a package where I could travel anytime that I want. unlimited travel, so I can jump on a plane and go anywhere. I know I'm going to be coming up. I know we got two ladies that are up in Atlanta, so I know I'm going to be flying up to Atlanta to do some stuff with them. And hopefully, if there's anybody else that's in Atlanta, then we'll, I'll announce that and do something there. But I'll be at every show for 2026, so you guys will see me all over, because I will be promoting Make Mo and I will be promoting Lady Print Boss. I just got to figure out that balance. um, but I am going to be traveling and getting out there. And instead of me saying, okay, I'm going to do a class and I'm going to host the class live and then the class will be sold on replays, I'll just have to batch record classes and then do that, So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see here what we're going to do. I think I'm going to turn the computer around for a second, guys, because I have something here. Let's see here. Do a prompt. Line art creation. So let's see here. See if this prompt will work. I think I'm going to turn the computer around. If you guys were on the other day, I'm over in ChatGPT. This is a way that you could, for my screen printers. Where is that design? Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me see if I pull it up. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Let me come over here and bring this whole piece thing over here. So I'm going to show you guys a way to use ChatGPT. I'm going to pull in this design. It's a logo for a company that something I'm working on now. And this one right here. And so, of course, see how that logo comes in, it's really small. So if I open it up, kind of stretch it out, I'm going to go ahead and crop it and see what the actual size of it is. It's a little pixelated. It's not a little pixelated, it's a lot pixelated. So I would probably just do a trace over here in Corel, and all I actually need is the Ferris wheel, and everything else I could redo. But let's say that you had something like this and you noticed that it was really pixelated, and I don't know if you guys can see that it's pixelated here from being on the camera, but it's a pixelated image and I don't have a way to work on it, right? So one thing you could do is you come over here into ChatGPT. This is one of the uses that you could use for ChatGPT that I'm teaching screen printers. You could bring that image in and then use this exact prompt to regenerate the image. And this is a prompt that I made. So whoa, I didn't copy the whole thing here, and I don't need to copy the whole thing. So here is the prompt. You're going to put your image in, and it doesn't matter what color it is. You put that image in there and you say, hey, create a clean black and white art version of the image I just gave you. Keep the lines smooth and sharp and ready for screen printing. Remove any type of pixelation and make all outlines black. Make all outlines solid black on a white or transparent background. For today, I'm gonna use a transparent background, and I'm gonna see if that's going to clean that up for me. So that is, and then you just let ChatGPT do its work, right? So that is, turn that back around. So I'm just gonna let that do its work and work for me while I'm over here doing other stuff that I have to do. It works. I've also got, let's see here. Oh yeah, so your brand definitely has to have an identity, and you have to know. It's so many times that people don't know their brand's identity. Like, who are your customers? Where do your customers shop? What are you selling? Like, I tell people, okay, like a lot of times it's like, okay, when I started selling custom t-shirts, guys, I literally wanted to do shirts for myself. I literally wanted to do my own line and just do things for myself, right? And then I started realizing that, hey, I'm printing for a lot of different people, right? And when you're printing for different people, it's not always about like what I wanted. I was actually doing a lot of onesies and twosies, and I was doing stuff to where I had a store. People would come in. Sometimes I may deal with like 25 different customers in a day, and sometimes 50 different customers in a day, and doing all of those individual shirts. I said, I need a better way. I need a way to make money that is going to, so everyone around me was hustling, right? And for me to reach the level that I wanted to be at, and for me to keep doing shirts, I had 4 kids. I had a home that I had just bought, and I like to drive nice cars. I like to have nice things. And $25 shirts at this time in 2000 wasn't going to get it for me. Even if I would make in my shop for back then, I was actually doing well. I would make anywhere from $800 a day to $1,500 a day. But I wanted more. And so I started researching, and I said, you know what? I need to do this faster, and I need to deal with less people, right? So you want to do like the biggest jobs that you can do, deal with less people, and get your money fast and keep it pushing. So, you know, I was started to get into, I wanted to deal with, since I wanted a better process, I wanted better customers, right? And I started looking, okay, who's going to buy t-shirts in bulk? And what are they going to buy t-shirts in bulk for? And when I stopped looking at t-shirts as just somebody coming in to get a t-shirt and looking at it as advertising, my degree is in apparel design. So I started looking at it as, wow, advertising, and thinking back to my history of costume shirt in class, and thinking about the history of t-shirts, right, and how it had not changed very much over the years, and thinking about in the late 60s and 70s how it became a billboard of expression, so to speak, and advertising. So when you look at it and you think about a multi-billion-dollar industry of advertising, then your mind starts to click, and you like, it's money out there in them streets. And so then you start figuring out, okay, how I'm gonna go out here and get it. Who's gonna buy 100 shirts, right? Restaurants, restaurants, because they always turning over those employees, right? They always have wait staff. One restaurant may only have 10 people as a wait staff, right? But those 10 people are going to need 3 4 shirts each, and they have a high turnover of employees. Big warehouses like Kraft, Pepsi, um, places that do manual labor, logistic companies, those types of companies, they always have a high turnover of employees. Even mechanic shops will buy 100 shirts from you, and it may be shit 3 4 mechanics there, but the reason they're going to buy so many is because they're running out of them all the time, right? And so I wanted to deal with customers like that, where I would get people buying a lot of shirts. But when it comes to companies buying a lot of shirts, you're not going to make the money if you're just doing vinyl. or if you're just doing, you're at home with a Cricut machine or a Silhouette machine, you're not going to make the big money. And the thing is, the cost of those shirts drops down. So whereas you're getting 100, let's say you get $25 for one shirt. Let's say if I do 100 shirts, it might be $10 a shirt, right? So let's say I'll make $1,000 off of that $10 shirt that I paid $2 or $2.50 for, right? So I'll come out with $750 or $500 profit. But I need to be able to, you need to have equipment that's going to allow you to make that $500 within an hour's time. So screen printing is still one of the fastest ways of making money doing t-shirts. And that's just doing single color jobs. And I still tell people, like, people say, "Oh, is screen printing dead?" No, it ain't dead, right? DTF, sublimation, all of these other processes, they're just tools. Screen printing is still leading the way in printing t-shirts because you can print faster. Now, DTF is catching up in so many ways, but when it comes to quality and a process that people when it comes to quality and a process that people respect, and pay for a professional process, screen printing is still winning the game. And it's a long, you're playing a long game, right? So I tell people, like, everybody has gone crazy over DTF. DTF is definitely a big part of my business now, a very vital part of my business. And I've got to make a decision whether to bring in a DTF printer. I used to have DTF. I've had several DTF printers. If you follow the channel, you've seen me fix printers and all of that stuff. But for me, I got to the point with DTF to where it's like, if the printer's barely running, what are we doing here, right? Are you in money to make? Are you in business to make money? Or are you just in business just to have this and be fixing on this just to say that you have this piece of equipment? So I started outsourcing DTF. Just this past month alone, I've spent over $5,000 on DTF transfers. And when you get to that point, you have to start thinking, okay, is it time for you to bring that process back in house? It's something I have to be very careful with, because I'm looking at, from me doing DTF before, having the issues with the printers clogging and things like that. Should I even be bothered with that, or should I keep outsourcing? There's benefits in outsourcing and insourcing. Hey, I'm on live. I'll call you back. Okay. So, there are different strokes for different folks. And so for me now, I'm thinking, okay, if I get into DTF, I would have to get a big printer, a professional printer, and see how that goes. But screen printing is my bread and butter. It always has been, and it probably always will be, because you can do so many so fast, right? And then the price just goes up from there, and it's so affordable. And people love the quality of it. So it's just always been um, something that's been my thing. Yeah, that's a lot of customers. You have to have, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in making singles. If you have the right process and the right, I'm going to say, like, if you're organized with it. And so I had a system. And so, but it was a lot. It was a lot doing it every day. Now I may do, so this morning today was a light day for us. He did 400 prints. I don't really screen print anymore. I screen print every now and then. Y'all will see me go back there and do some screen printing. I did something the other day, and I told Ken I would probably start doing, some screen printing. again, but and as well as, you know, when we do classes, that's when I'll do screen printing. But we did 400 pieces today, and that 400 pieces took like 2.5 hours, and it was that order was $1,800. It was an $1,800 order. That today was a light day. Off of that we paid, so it was 400, it was 200 fronts and 200 backs, and those shirts were about $3 a piece. So $600, so $1,200 in like a couple of hours. Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. um LOL, LOL, I use DTF right now because I'm lazy and just want to lay my design down and not fight with my BS screen printing machine. You know what? This is the thing. People always say that screen printing is complicated. It takes a lot, it's more equipment, but it's all about your process. Like, we're not coding screens every day, right? So let's say you got a cabinet, you got 40, 50 screens, you coat all 40, 50 screens, they're ready to go. You go in, you burn the screens, you got a good burn unit, you burn the screen in less than 2 minutes, drop it in the dip tank. You got a dip tank, it's gonna speed up everything while that's in the dip tank, it's just soaking with just plain water. You take it out, rinse it, that screen's ready, you do another, keep repeating till you get all of your jobs done. Um, Once you learn how to set up, you set it up and you go to print. If you can print 100 shirts in an hour, you know, you're quick and done. One thing I'm going to tell you guys, and this is the thing, one thing I'm going to tell y'all, one thing about screen printing, and we're talking about like manual printing. I've been there with automatic printing and manual printing. We're talking manual printing right now. My press gonna show up. The screen printing press is gonna show up. It's not gonna break down at all. There's never been a time in 25 years that I walked in printing press and it broke down. I've had automatic that I've walked in and like air hole loose, something going on. Your automatic press is never down. Down. You might have a head, you have like some air leaking or something like that, but your press is never down. So it always runs. And an automatic press will give you 500-600 shirts an hour, and that's a simple small press, right? Which allows you to make more and more money. If you're printing with a manual press and you're able to do a one color job and you could knock off 100 shirts in an hour, that's nothing. That's nothing, right? You do 100 shirts in an hour. You looking at it, I'm going to tell y'all something. I have a brother that's a doctor, right? And I said, okay, let's go over here. Let's go over here to ChatGPT. Hey, chat, can you tell me how much the average doctor makes in an hour? Oh, I forgot about that man's shirt. That one shirt for Conrad. Okay. So the average doctor makes $115 in an hour. If you as a screen printer can make $250 an hour, right? Just $250 an hour. You could make more money than the average doctor. It's not a lot of energy. It's not a lot of energy. Like, you literally, like, for me, and I'm a girl, right? It's not a lot of energy. It's about your organization and your process. Being organized with your screen printing and taking that business to another level, right? And it just puts you in a whole nother category with people. You know, and you can do the same with DTF, right? You can do the same with DTF. But if you're not printing your DTF transfers, let me go back and see if my job is ready over there on If you're not printing your DTF transfers, then eventually, let me show you guys that job. Oh, that looks really, really good, baby. If you're printing, not printing your DTF transfers and doing it in-house, you're actually giving money away, right? So for me, I don't have a choice but to continue to give that money away because screen printing is my bread and butter, and I make more money screen printing. I got to focus on what makes the most money, right? But spending $5,000 a month in transfers is crazy. And I got to be out my damn mind to keep doing it. So just trying to figure it out. But I'm going to show you guys this artwork over here. Look, this is for my screen printers. So remember that pixelated image. This is what ChatGPT gave us, a nice clean image. Um, and the only difference that I see is, you see these lines right here, I'll have to go and fill those in. So whenever I do something, what I'll do is I'll look at it and then I'll bring it in, um, look at what I originally gave it, and make sure that it's very, very close. So those lines, I'm going to fill those lines. I'm going to go in and fill in the Ferris wheel and fill those lines in. But this I can work with because now all I have to do is just drop it in there. But that's the font. That's the magic prompt right there that you guys should do. So DTF is pricey. DTF is pricey. It just depends on if you have what type of account you have, who are you getting your DTF transfers from? Because I can get, if you're buying local, I tell people, so I've gone through this whole spiel of representing companies and doing affiliate marketing and all that stuff. I don't do all that stuff no more. I ain't telling y'all all that no more. I'm telling y'all, shop local. Shop local. Find you a DTF guy that can print your print same day, that is very reasonable, and you can get literally down to, you may still be at like $1 a print. Just depends if you're doing on what you're doing. Why is Conrad opening up that email? Huh. We'll figure that one out in a minute. And go in and do a trace on this line art. I don't know why we'll figure that part out in a second. So I'm going to tell you guys something else that I have learned about AI art. When you save something as a PNG, a transparent PNG, or in, you save something as line art, and then you put it into Corel or Photoshop, you need to then go back in and convert that again to a PNG again, because for some reason it just does not, I don't know, it just does not act, it acts weird. I can't explain it. Yeah, if you got a guy about a half an hour away, that's all DTF transfers are not the same quality, right? I am gonna say that all DTF is not the same quality, and you can get some people who, like, for me, my DTF guy is, I use him because he's literally 5 minutes from me. I can get thousands of transfers in literally a couple of hours from him. I think he's got like 4 great big DTF machines or whatnot up there. I don't like that he has the cold pills. I don't like that. But I mean, you know, what can I do about it? He's convenient, so I use him for convenience. He has pretty good transfers. Some DTF people don't know how to knock out black, so that's a lot of things. Like when I was doing, and that's one of the motivations for me to do DTF prints in house, is because when I was doing my own DTF printing, I could manipulate stuff and so knock out colors, get a softer print, and get a print that is almost screen print feel like, you know. And so for that reason, I think about it all the time, like, ooh, I should bring in, you know, I should bring back DTF prints or whatever. But for the most part, it's kind of like, I don't know. Um, but I do say that all DTF is not the same. These are the jobs that I'm currently working on right now. These right here. These are the jobs that I'm working on. Y'all might recognize these. So these are for a professional team um, that's going to be done. It's a professional soccer team that we're doing right now, and I actually got approved for one other one. So that's going out. This one is done. Let's close that job out. That job's done. I'll save it just in case they end up calling back for it. Get your screens. Just save that and then close that out. So I'm getting ready to that will close out. That's that one that was pixelated that we're not going to use. So what I need to do is find the Edgemere screens, how to back up Lane, Bernard. Nope, ain't none of them what I need. I've got to actually send stuff out. I'm trying to think of find the jobs now that I'm gonna send out and get done. I have them there. I don't. Let's see here. Man, that's the issue with your local. How do you like the Ninja? So Ninja, they'll knock out the black, or do like knockout prints and stuff for you. Um, I tell you who does some really good transfers is Howard's Transfers. Howard's does some really good work, y'all. Howard's does work, good work. F&M Expressions has really good pricing too. Howard's is a bit on the expensive side, but I started screen printing like all of my own transfers in house for screen print jobs, and we're actually thinking about, so I'm actually thinking of one thing that I am thinking about is starting to do screen print transfers here and then offer those screen print transfers for sale when I'm doing certain things. Where in the hell did I put that artwork? Oh, here we go. Nope. I know I saved it. Sometimes. I've got 4 live events, and I tell y'all, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna redo this artwork, so I better find it. Let's see. And I keep forgetting about these other people. Ooh. Jesus, take the wheel. Don't let me down. I gotta find this art, y'all. So I'm gonna do a big event. It's gonna be 1,000 people and 1,000 pieces in a matter of 4 hours. We've got 4 printers. We got 4 people that are gonna be there at the event, and then me. I'll do crowd control. So, and I can't find the artwork, and we know that I had it. We know that I've already done this. So, come on, T. Housekeeping screens. We got samples. Okay, so it's been fun talking to y'all, but I tell y'all what, I gotta figure out where I put this artwork because there we go. There they go. It's hiding on my desktop. Um, let's see here. Alex event, Sam's event. So these are, I'm going to show you guys the transfers. I'm going to send all of these out. One of the things that I found is like getting the transfers ready is a big tool, big thing. So we got that one, we got that one, and that one, and then she needs. Hey, babe, you drop them off? She like them?
Ain't nobody was. She wasn't up.
Oh, who you give them to?
It said that you had to put them back where they stuff come at. Drop off it. It's a
Oh,
whole big old business.
yeah, it's what is it like
Home care.
a home care?
Like a home.
Okay, so I need to
So
hit
you
her
need
and
to
let
hit
her
and let
know
them know that it's
that
back down the
those
back
shirts
where
have
the
been.
in the
Who did you leave them with?
There's nobody to leave them. It's a security guard told me to put them right there.
Oh, okay. Let me hit her and let her know. You got it's a lady called that need some shirts for I told her you'll knock them off next week. What I'm doing is I'm just gonna still take like regular orders,
Yeah.
and then one more that other lady called for that event for the 20th that they gonna book, and then the other one I think I lost her. I don't think she. I think she's bullshit. She's not. Um, she's just kind of like trying to figure it out, and so I'm gonna cancel her. Okay, let's see here. But you don't have anything else that you have to do today. It's all on me now.
Yeah, you gonna cook your stuff or you want me to do it?
Um, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to send out these transfers, get all that stuff ready to go. At least ready to just lined up and ready for me to go so that I can have all of them come back in tomorrow. And then this Alex lady event, I'm gonna switch up her transfers and try to get her within budget so that I can send them these bills so they can pay before you do that event.
So you want me to just go ahead and make the food?
You were hungry now? You want to make it now? You want me to get up and make it?
I'm gonna go make it because I'm home.
Because I don't really know how to make it, babe.
I'm gonna make it.
Just tell the kids I made it. Did you got any ice cream?
If they didn't have none.
Okay. Tell Pookie to bring me something to drink. You can cut that light off for me. That's fine. All right, y'all. Let's see here. This is cool. I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here, y'all. And X5, come back and see me again. I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here and knock off all these transfers that I got to do. And hopefully I'll be able to go live at some of these events that I got coming up. And I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll let y'all know when I have a challenge going on. Talk to y'all later. Bye.